All right, here comes the more involved notes of multiplying polynomials and adding and subtracting. Okay, so the first thing I want to make clear is that adding is always way better than subtracting. So since adding is better than subtracting, when we subtract, we typically change subtraction to an addition problem. Okay, and just remember to subtract means to add to add the opposite. We're also going to do a lot of multiplication. I think you guys will remember it from Algebra 1. I do think we'll be able to ignite that former knowledge. All right, so first is a couple definitions only, and they're pretty easy. You only have to read on them. There's the degree and leading coefficient of a univariate polynomial, or whatever, okay? Degree and leading coefficient. Leading coefficient is going to be the coefficient of the highest degree. So the degree, this is the degree, okay? The number of the largest exponent is going to be your first term, okay, in that polynomial. Each one of these is called a term, okay? That's a term, okay? This is the variable, okay? That's the exponent. We call this the power, okay? And the degree is considered the highest power. So what we do is we rearrange these, okay? So you rearrange in order of highest to lowest power, okay? So this becomes negative 23x to the fourth plus 10x cubed plus 9x squared plus 15x to the first, okay? So the degree is 4. And the coefficient, the leading coefficient is negative 23. Sorry, that's ugly. I wrote that ugly, but you get the idea. The leading coefficient is negative 23. All right, so I did another one just in case, because this is kind of maybe not new, but kind of ish, I guess. So look here. What's the highest number? 9. So we're going to list that one first. Then we go to the 8. Then we go to the 5. And then we go to the constant, which is just the name of the number by itself without a variable. All right, what is the degree? 9. The degree is 9. The leading coefficient is negative 1. Okay, and that's all you'll have to put in to Alex, okay? Okay, now you're simplifying a sum. So notice they put these in parentheses. They are putting them into parentheses to separate the binomial. Binomial is in bicycle, bisexual, by I was going to say bilegal, that's not a thing. I can't think of by words for some reason. This is a trinomial. So binomial means 2 numbers, trinomials means 3. So look, this is actually one number that's got 2 pieces, okay? That's what makes it a binomial. This is a trinomial. The only reason these parentheses exist is because they want to separate them. That's it, okay? But if you think about it, when we add stuff, this add 1 doesn't do anything to the parentheses. So we can take this out of parentheses. First of all, there's no reason this needs to be in parentheses. Take it out. Do not start adding stuff until you take out things out of parentheses. You just don't go, oh, that's 8w squared. Don't do it. Take it out of parentheses first. Okay, And then because this is an addition, we can take away these parentheses too, because addition doesn't change anything. So then combine like terms. Okay, and we get 8w squared, and then minus 3w. And then this is a real number, and that's a real number, so minus 2. And that's your answer. Okay, now, what happens if it's a minus sign here? Okay, if it's a minus sign, then we've got to be real careful. We can take off the first parentheses because there's basically a positive 1 in front of here, right? There's basically, it's just, I mean, there's no reason to put it there. I'm just saying could be a positive 1. A lot of people are helped by saying, hey, imagine there's a 1 right here, negative 1. And then they distribute the negative 1. Logically, it makes even more sense because really what's it saying? It's saying minus, which is take the opposite of everything in there. And basically, that's what you do when you distribute that negative 1. Becomes plus 2y. Be careful. Negative times a negative. Negative times a positive. Minus 3. This negative sign is dangerous. Dangerous. Kids always mess up subtraction. They forget to distribute that negative. Then combine like terms. Y squared. Put it in order. Standard form means put it in order. And then the real numbers. Okay, plus 2. That's your answer. Again, highly recommend you stop and try to do the problem before me. Okay, so here we can take out the first one because there's nothing in front of the parentheses. We'll take out this trinomial. Then we'll imagine there's a 1 there and distribute it because it's a minus sign. Minus 3u squared, negative times positive, minus 2u, negative times positive, minus 1. Combine like terms. Okay, both are negative. Do not change the, do not change the value of the exponents. Okay, again, let me go back. X times x equals x squared. What do? We add when we're multiplying. We don't add u squared plus u squared equals u to the 4th. We are not multiplying, we are adding. This is literally saying we have a square and we're calling it u squared, and we have another square, u squared. So then we have 2 u squareds. Again, x plus x equals 2x. Here is your rule. What do? Keep the exponent the same, but we add the coefficients when we're adding them. They have to have the same last name, if you will. We have to be talking about the same things. Okay, we have negative 7 u squareds, negative 7 Herberts, negative 3 Herberts. We don't have Herberts to the 4th. We have just Herberts, okay? Negative 10 Herberts, okay? Doesn't matter what you do. You just keep the variable the same. Plus 3u, and then real numbers, minus 7. And that is your answer. All right, again. Now, trinomial, 7x squared y. Now, they think this is harder because now they've combined, oh my God, 2 variables. Okay, we're still going to distribute this. I just want you to remember you got to be talking about the same thing. You can only add samey. These are very cliquey numbers. They do not like to go in groups that don't match. Okay, so we do matchy. Okay, is there any other x squareds to the y's? I mean x squared y's. Here's one. So I have 7 here and I have 3 more here. So altogether I have 10 x squared y's. And then I've got 6 xy squareds and I got 4 xy squared. So I get 10 xy squareds. I've got a negative 5 and I've got a negative 1 y. Negative 5, negative 1 y. Okay, is negative 6 y. Okay, you might be interested in wondering why this one's first. It usually goes alphabetical order in decreasing value of exponent. So look, x squared, x to the first, no x at all, which is x to the 0, right? So that's the way we normally put them. Alphabetical at first, x is before y, and then we arrange them that way. Okay, next. Okay, again, taking it out. Multivariate, oh my God, can we handle 2 variables? Yes, we can. Okay, 2x squared y cubed minus 7x cubed. All right, so we've got, so now we need to figure out which one goes first. Okay, find the highest degree. Okay, yes, y is to the third, but x is before it in the alphabet, so we go first with that. We have negative 7x's here, and we have plus 1x cubes here. So we've got negative 7x cubed plus 1x cubed is negative 6x cubed. Then we are going to go to the x squared term. We're going to go to the x squared y term first before the x squared, but don't stress out too much about this. Negative 6 plus 2 is actually negative 4x squared y cubed. Don't change what you're talking about. Think of this as a thing, a literal thing, like a circle. We got the same shape here. I got negative 6 of them, and I got 2, so I subtract and I keep that negative sign. Okay, and then put whatever's left. 5x squared is left. Okay, next. Again, this time it's a sum. So take them out of the parentheses first. Do not add stuff inside parentheses. Remember, PEMDAS says add inside parentheses first, or do the math inside the parentheses first. Well, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do inside here. Can't add anything. Therefore, we remove them. Then we add them. Okay, so here's this funky name. We're talking about 2x squared y cubes. Do I got any more of those there? Any more of those? Hey, there they are. Okay, so I've got 2. I got minus 4, negative 2. Don't change the variables. Okay, next. Ooh, I should have put this one first. Okay, so I actually am going to do that. Okay, I'm going to put the x cubed first. Okay, so I'm going to go 6x cubed y squared because there's nothing else like it. It's unique. Then I'm going to go with the x squared y cubed. So I'm going to go minus 2x squared y cubed. See, we're going down in x's. Okay, then I think I'm going to go to the x squareds. Okay, because that's alone. I've got 4 of those. I got 1 here and I got 3 there, so I got 4 of these guys. And then I'm going to go minus 7y to the third. Alphabetical, decreasing order. Okay. All right. It says use the distributive property to remove parentheses. So what we're going to do is distribute from the right, which feels a little weird, but it's the same thing. I literally talk out loud to myself and draw the rainbows and write the answer as I do that. So I would go 5y squared minus 3y to the third times 8y to the fourth. I would say 8y to the fourth times 5y squared is 40y to the sixth. Remember, multiply, add exponents. 8y to the fourth times 3y cubed is minus 24y to the seventh. Don't be tempted to multiply those. Add them. Multiply means add exponents. And then look, this isn't in standard form. So since it's not in standard form, we rewrite it in standard form. I have a feeling Alex is going to get a little snippy with y'all. It's going to be like, nope, it's not in standard form. There you go. 7, 6. Next, let's try this one. Distribute left to right this time. So negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. V cubed times v cubed, v to the sixth. Negative 2 times negative 7. And I literally say this out loud, you guys. I can hear myself say negative times negative, and that clicks in the positive thing. 14 v to the fifth. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. V cubed times v to the first is v to the fourth. And it's all in nice in order. And we are good to go. Moving on. Okay, this is a reminder of FOIL. Okay, FOIL means first, outer, inner, last. Now, to be honest with you, I actually don't think of it this way, but this is where that comes from. First times first, outers times outers, so first outer, and then inners, see, inner, and then last numbers. That's where that comes from. I think it is far easier to simply think of this. You know how to distribute. We are basically simply distributing the first one. U times U is U squared. U times 6 is plus 6U. We're not multiplying it by this, okay? We're just taking the first term and multiplying it by both of these terms. Then we're going to take the second term and multiply it by both of these terms. So minus U minus 6. Then you're going to usually be able to combine the two middle terms, not always, but combine the two middle terms and you will get a trinomial most of the time. Binomial, binomial, trinomial. Okay. All right. Now we're multiplying binomials and they don't have a 1 in front of them. Oh no, can we do it? Yes, we can. Here we go. 4 times 8 is 32x squared. X times x is x squared. 4 times 1 is plus 4x. Okay, come here on the bottom. We're going to go negative 3 times 8 is minus 24x. 8x, right? Negative 3 times 1 is minus 3. These two are like terms. You're going to get 32x squared minus 20x minus 3. Again, I work very fast on these notes. You are welcome to stop them and try to work through the problems before me. Okay? First, x times 7x, 7x squared. X times negative 4y, negative 4xy. Put the x first. Here, negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. Y times x is xy. Put the x first because it's alphabetically first. That way you know they're like terms. And then negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Y times y is y squared. So you get 7x squared. And then you can combine these two. And it's 25xy plus 12y squared. They seem to think like it gets harder if you add more letters. But the truth is, if you keep following your rules, you'll be just fine. Next. All right, again, FOIL it out. Okay, 3z times 3z, 9z squared. 3z times 7 plus 21z. Okay, come here to the second one, negative 7 times 3 minus 21z, and negative 7 times positive 7 is minus 49. And then look what happens to that. These are like terms, and look what happens. It disappears because it zeroes itself out. Notice what these are. These are called conjugates. Conjugates are whenever you have a minus b times a plus b, or you don't have to multiply them. These are just conjugates when they have opposite signs. But this is actually a formula. A minus b times the quantity a plus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. Look, see? A squared, 3z squared is 3z, quantity squared is 9z squared. 7 squared is 49. Okay, we are going to come back to this. This is the difference of two squares when we're factoring. Right now we're going in this direction. A couple days from now we'll be going in this direction. You need to be able to go in both directions. You need to be able to multiply two binomials and get here, and you need to be able to look at that and go, oh my God, that's a difference of two squares. I'm going to do that. Okay, so hopefully you're remembering some of that. All right. At the end of the day, if you can do the math, you're going to be okay. Okay, here's another one. If you look at the formula, okay, a plus b times a minus b equals a squared minus b squared. Those of you that are getting this, that's going to be 4v squared minus 3w squared, which is 16v squared minus 9w squared. Okay, that's great. If you can do that, that's fantastic. If not, just do the dang math. 16v squared minus 12vw, order of alphabet, plus 12vw minus 9w squared. And these two cancel each other out, and you get 16b squared minus 9w squared. And they're the same, you can see. Okay. Next, rewrite without parentheses. This is the biggest number one mistake. This, I'll tell you what this isn't. This is not equal to this. Please don't do this. You're going to do it. Oh my God, you guys are going to do it. And I'm going to go crazy. And, okay, don't do it. That squared means this thing twice. Rewrite it. When you see squares, rewrite the problem. When you see a binomial squared, rewrite the problem. Okay? Because then look, you're going to get the right answer. You're going to get w times w is w squared. W times 4 is 4w. 4w. 4 times w is 4w. And 4 times 4 is 16. Combine the two middle terms. And that's what we get. Okay? That's the correct answer. And by the way, that is a formula. Okay, for those of you people that memorize formulas or like them, here you go. A plus b, quantity squared, is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Check it out. A plus b. A plus b squared. A is w. W squared. W squared. And then twice a times b. A times b is 4 times w. 4w times 2 is 8w. Oh my gosh, look, there it is. And then 4 squared is 16. So w squared, multiply these two times 2, you get the middle term, that's 16. That's for people who like formulas, okay? I pretty much did it like this for a good majority of my life until I decided, oh, I did like that formula and I wanted to learn it. Okay, now we're looking at one with a minus sign, okay? Notice it's a square. Rewrite it. 8v minus 3w times 8v minus 3w, 64v squared minus 24vw minus 24vw plus 9w squared. Okay, negative times negative is a positive. Be careful. These combine, you're going to get 64v squared minus 48vw plus 9w squared. Okay. All right. And then again, looking at the formula, a minus b quantity squared. Actually, let me do it in a different color. A minus b quantity squared equals a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. This is a formula that you are going to be expected to be able to go back and forth. Can you multiply this to that? And can you realize that this goes to there? Okay, eventually. This is the answer for that one. Moving on. Okay, when you have a negative on the outside, take a look. They're going to try to trip you up with this negative. Don't distribute first. FOIL first. Then multiply. Is it wrong to do it the other way? No. But it's just mentally, I think, a little easier. So negative 3 times c squared plus minus 6c plus 5c minus 30. Negative 3 times c squared, combine your two middle terms, minus c minus 30, and then distribute your negative 3, okay? So negative 3c squared plus 3c plus 90. And that is your answer. Some of you guys like to do this. I've seen it, negative 3c minus 15. And then you multiply that with FOILing. You distribute that 3 first. The danger in that is that kids don't seem to get that it only goes to the first one. And they start just like distributing this thing like all over the place, like to everything. It's like happy, happy, happy distribution. Don't do that. So this will give you the right answer, but I think it's better practice just to FOIL first and then multiply that 3 out. Okay, next. Okay, I'll take a drink. Talking too much. All right, here we go. Okay, now it's like negative coefficients. They act like that's harder. It isn't. Just say to yourself, negative times a negative is a positive 24x squared. Negative times a negative is a positive 32. Negative times a negative, positive 15x is 7x. And then negative times negative is a positive 20. And look, combine the middle two terms, and we're good. That wasn't hard. It didn't trip us up. Okay, next. Okay, let's try another type of negative coefficients. Okay, I have to open up the second one. Here we go. Okay, make this bigger. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually have a second one. Okay, no problem. Just be careful with the negatives, but yeah, that's it. All right, now binomials and trinomials. That's a trinomial times a trinomial. Hang on a moment. That one's the hardest one. I didn't realize I wasn't at the beginning of this thing. It was like, yeah, that seems kind of hard in the beginning. Okay. Oh, yeah, I did have another one. No, that's the same one I just did. So I don't need to do that one. Here we go. I got a little flustered because I had too many slides because this is 2 days worth of notes, you know? All right, here we go. I'm actually going to test you guys on this, and I'm going to ask you to record a video with this one. So you should probably be careful and know exactly what you're doing here. Okay, in my opinion, I'm going to show you 2 ways, but in my opinion, just it's easiest to think of distributing. So we're going to distribute the 3v to each term. So you get 3v cubed, because v times v squared is v cubed. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 v squared. 3v times negative 4 is negative 12v. I don't recommend writing the arcs and then writing the answers. I recommend doing it as you're doing it, like this. 2 times v squared is plus 2v squared. 2 times negative 5v is negative 10v. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Now you're going to be looking for like terms, and you're going to be combining like terms. There is no other v cubed, so we're going to go 3v cubed. Here's v squared. Here's v squared. I got minus 15s here. I got 2 over here, so that's negative 13v squareds. I have negative 12v's over here and negative 10v's here. So that's minus 22v. And then my constant, minus 8. And that is the answer. Okay, I think this is okay. It's very linear. It can be very hard. I didn't learn the following method until much later, and I wish I had because it's so much nicer. 3v plus 2 times v squared minus 5v minus 4. Check this method out. What you do is you distribute the same way, but you organize it differently. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, I'm going to go with green. 3v times v squared is 3v squared. 3v times negative 5v is negative 15v. Oops, that's v cubed. My bad. v cubed, v squared. And then 3v times negative 4 is minus 12v, right? Yay! Well, when you do the second one, what you're going to do is go under here, right? And then you're going to put it underneath here where it matches. So 2 times v squared is 2v squared. So we're going to put it right here. See how they vertically align? 2 times negative v is negative 10v. And 2 times negative 4 is minus 8. And then you just add them together. And you'll get 3v cubed minus 13v squared minus 22v minus 8. Same answer, different way of looking at it. You can choose whichever way you like best, okay? Here's another one, okay? Again, I recommend you stop the tape, stop the notes, and try to do this on your own. This is a trinomial times a trinomial. Organization is going to be key. Most people, forget kids, most people screw this up, and I often screw this up, but I think I've become better if I organize it like I showed you vertically. It seems to be easier to keep track of what you've done. So first things first, I'm going to distribute 3 times. So 5y times y, 5y squared times y squared is 5y to the 4th. 5y squared times negative 3y is negative 15y cubed. 5y squared times 2 is 10y squared. Then we're going to go to a different color. Okay, let's go to green here. We're going to start again. Okay, remember, we're distributing each term. I already distributed that one. Now I'm going to distribute this guy. So 6y times y squared is 6y cubed. I'm going to put it underneath here. 6y times negative 3y is negative 18y squared. 6y times 2 is plus 12y. See how beautiful they're lining up? And then the last one I'll do in blue. Okay? Do it in yellow. Okay, last one. I'm going to go under this time. 3 times y squared is 3y squared. 3 times negative 3y is minus 9y. 3 times 2 is 6. Now, we are going to just add them all together vertically. So there is no other y to the 4th term. So minus 9y cubed, combining that, positive 6. I've got a positive 10 and a positive 3. That's 13 minus 18 is negative 5y squared plus 3y plus 6. That's intense. If you keep yourself organized and maybe even colored, okay, because the coloring is kind of fun too, because then you know where you went. Sometimes when you get a bunch of pencil marks on your paper, it's like so confusing. Okay, one more and we are good to go. I'm pretty sure that's it. Is it? Oh no, wait a minute. Oh yeah, this one's with 2 variables. Oh my God, can we do it? This is in 2 variables too. Here we go. Okay, same thing, you guys. Just keep yourself organized. I am going to rewrite it bigger and without any words underneath it. Okay, times 4w minus 7u minus 5. The only danger in rewriting it is screwing up the rewrite, which I have done before. So, okay, here we go. 2 times 4 is 8. W times w is w squared. 2 times 7, negative 7 is negative 14. W times U is UW, alphabetical order. Okay, and then I actually overshot that rainbow there. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10W. All right, let's jump to the next one. U times 4W is 4UW. U times negative 7U is negative 7u squared. Well, that doesn't have anything here. So we're just going to put it over here at the end where there's nothing. Okay? And then last is minus 5u. Okay? Now we got the last one to go, and I'm kind of regretting that I wrote it so big because now I have no room. I sure hope I can fit what I need to. Here we go. 5 times 4 is 20w. That goes here. Let's not do it in red. Let's do it in green. Okay, here we go. Do it in green. 20w right here because it lines up with this w. Okay, 5 times negative 7u is negative 35u. Yeah? And then the last term is negative 5 and positive 5, which is minus 25. So sorry, I had to put that there. I can't. I wish I could write it out here, but it won't let me. All right, and then now we're just going to go vertical. So going down, 8w squared minus 10uw, okay, like terms, plus 10w minus 7u squared. okay, minus 40u, because combine these two like terms, minus 25. Now, I believe that is the correct order because this actually has a degree of 2 because you would add them. I mean, we didn't actually go through that, but so I think this is the correct order. Maybe u squared is first because it's alphabetical, so it might require you to rewrite it as negative 7u squared minus 40u. I wonder if they're going to be picky about it. Oh, I bet you they will. What comes next? Ooh, this is interesting. I hardly ever do these problems, so I can't remember exactly how it would be. 7u squared minus 40u. You know what? You guys are going to let me know because I don't have Alex and I can't think how it does it. I know this is correct, so I don't know. I know u is ahead, so I'm wondering if you would put u squared and then w squared and then 10u and then w and then then u and then w. I'm not sure if they're going to make you put it in order or not. Now I want to know. Inquiry minds want to know. Somebody's going to have to tell me this. Okay, last one. Again, pause it if you want. Okay, pause it if you want, and so that you can do it yourself. 5x times 7x is 35x squared. 5x times 6v, 30xv. Wait, TUVWX. Oops, v comes before x. Okay, minus 10x. Next, 5v times 7x is 35vx. 5v times 6v is 30v squared. 5v times negative 2 minus 10v. Next, 3 times 7. Wow, I'm sorry, guys. That was awful. 3 times 7x is 21x. That goes here. 3 times 6 is 18v. Just going to go here. And then 3 times negative 6. 2 is negative 6. Add all the like terms. 35x squared plus 65vx minus, no, plus 11x, because this is plus 21, plus 30v squared plus 8v minus 6. These are crazy problems, but they're not hard. They're just tedious. So just be real careful and then let me know how to reorder this. I need to know. I need to know right now. All right. You guys have, that is it for this video.